Donald Trump. Meanwhile, viewers, shifting focus towards other crucial developments coming in, China has now rejected calls to join possible nuclear arms reduction talks with the United States and Russia. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Gu Jiaqun has now told reporters that the nuclear arsenals and security environments of the three nations are fundamentally different. He said that it is neither reasonable nor realistic to expect Beijing to enter trilateral negotiations. Who underlined that China will continue its self-defense nuclear strategy and also maintain its no first use policy as well. He has added that Beijing's stockpile has in fact will remain at the minimum level required for national security even as it modernizes its forces.
中美核力量根本不在一个量级，两国核政策、战略安全环境也完全不同。要求中方加入中美俄三边核裁军谈判，既不合理也不现实。拥有最大核武库的国家应该切实履行核裁军特殊优先责任，进一步大幅实质削减核武库，为最终实现全面彻底核裁军创造条件。不首先使用核武器政策，坚持自卫防御核战略，始终将自身核力量维持在国家安全需要的最低水平，不与任何国家搞军备竞赛。中国核力量及核政策是对世界和平的重要贡献。
All right, this is of course the latest reaction from China. At the moment, China has outrightly rejected calls to join possible nuclear arms reduction talks with Russia. Foreign Ministry spokesperson Gu Jiaqun has told reporters that the nuclear arsenal and security environments of the three nations are fundamentally different and it is neither reasonable nor realistic to expect Beijing to enter trilateral negotiations. This, of course, comes as he has underlined Beijing's strategy to maintain a minimum limit of their stockpile as well as their no first use policy. Meanwhile, joining us on the broadcast is Major Mohammad Ali Shah. He's a defense expert joining us live from New Delhi. Thank you so much for taking our time speaking to us on NewsX World. Interesting push by the Trump administration at a time even as war is raging on in the Middle East as well as between Russia and Ukraine. We do know that the lion's share of the world's nuclear arsenal is with Russia and the United States of America, and China's nuclear stockpile dwarfs in a comparison. What exactly is America's aim over here? Because China and even India for that matter, both countries have a no first use policy. Meanwhile, both Russia and America, who are engaging in these nuclear disarmament talks, do not have such a policy.
Right, that's a very good question. You know, at the moment, I see America with the leadership of President Donald Trump. I think he probably is unsure of what he's doing. Sometimes he decides something, takes a U-turn, he's something, does something else. I mean, if you to be a dictator with all the same thing, be Kim Jong-un in North Korea, he does what he does. I mean, President Trump is, I don't know what he, probably perhaps the intention could be that he's aiming for a Nobel Peace Prize perhaps. Because when he came into power, he said, if he comes into power, he will ensure that all the wars in the world end, which meant Russia, Ukraine, which meant Palestine in a way. So it is, I really don't think that, that America will be able to achieve their objective. If that is the leadership, if that's the way it goes, they would not be, they just not be. Yes.
Indeed, and what's interesting is that this all comes even as the Russia-Ukraine war in particular is raging Kremlin has now come out and expressed strong opposition to Western involvement, any future security guarantees for Ukraine. How do you react to this?
Okay, President Donald Trump, in fact, he had a meeting with the President Putin, and of course they decided on some answer. He was hinting initially towards land, towards a deal which would mean that Russia would claim Ukraine's land. And but again, so far we have a big high-up meeting. We have seen anything just on ground happening as yet. And President Zelensky was kept to the meeting. Rather, President Zelensky went to America was, say, humiliating for President Zelensky, the way President Trump had behaved with him. The video was very violent. There was much about what was going on. So President Trump, sometimes, he's imposing tariffs, sometimes he's doing this, sometimes he's handcuffing people and sending guns to the factory. I don't know what leader, teacher of America, the value of American, they control the economy in dollars. He is at one time sending money to IMF is sending to Pakistan. On the other hand, failed last year get in America. So with all these signs around, I think America, if they would be having good intention, they would not succeed in irrespective because of the leadership they have. That's what I feel.
All right, so I request you to stay on with us as we're tracking further developments that are now coming in. The European Union plans to fast track